Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. I am going to do one more episode here because I want to get this canal built, and I want to see if the United States holding this territory is going to cause me a problem. I'm hoping it does not, once again. Just had an election. If we bring the petit bourgeois in, that might help us, but I'm going to leave it for now. Radicals are going down, although rough standard of living is rough. But number of loyalists is going up. Standard of living, radicals have actually not caused that much of a political problem, and loyalists are being really, really helpful. So, I'm feeling good overall about our politics, and we're slowly chipping away at this, the tax wastage caused by having low bureaucracy due to putting an absolutely absurd amount of bureaucracy into this Panama survey. Economy is continuing to grow at a frankly absurd rate. Again, mostly due to this huge pile of foreign investment that we're getting. Diplomatic pact income has gone down a little bit, but that's okay. I'm still confident. Oh, yeah, we got fleets. We got fleets that nobody asked for. Armies too, I suppose. Go ahead and upgrade these artillery units. Perfect. And then we'll close out this army. We'll put those in the 4th Brazilian Army. We'll just make sure our unit balance is pretty alright here. And it's looking fine. We're a little short on infantry. So we'll go ahead and build a couple more units. Ooh, modern nursing. Excellent. Build a couple of barracks. I hope Baixo Paraguay is not a bad place to build barracks here. We've got very solid, non-discriminated populations here, so it shouldn't be a problem. And I'm just going to put these barracks up at the top, just to get those going. Maybe not all the way at the top. This construction capacity is really, really impressive, I will say, if I do say so myself. Once we get the Canal Zone Company established, that's going to be a huge boon for our economy as well, because that's just going to be basically free cash once we got the canal built. I'm going to be really pleased with that overall. Come on, coffee's got to be cheap enough, and sugar, that we can sell some abroad. Ooh, America will buy a lot of sugar. That's nice. And then tea. We've got plenty of tea. Hanover will buy it. Oop. Oh, I'm just clicking every old place. Tobacco is solid. Actually, no, we're using all our tobacco. And then coffee. Oh, we don't have any bureaucratic capacity. That's why we're not able to do a bunch of exporting. So let's go ahead and cancel some unproductive trade routes. This one's certainly unproductive. This rubber one as well, and this guns one. Exporting grain to Chile is borderline, so we'll leave that one active for the moment. Our furniture export route to China has become unproductive. I think I'm going to wait a few minutes to see if that one sorts itself out, and it has. Beautiful. Alright, well that one turned out to be a false alarm, so wonderful. And now we're going to do something kind of weird, which is I'm going to rotate these steel mills through, because basically the goal of these steel mills is to accommodate steel frame buildings, and we don't have that yet. Panama survey is almost done, so this will sort itself out in good order. I'm hoping I don't put myself in a situation where I've completely overrun my need for bureaucracy, but for the moment I think we'll be okay with that. We've got a lot of we'll have a lot of bureaucratic capacity floating around after that, but our institution cost is pretty high. I do want to get law enforcement built up. Lots of North Indian people are immigrating, and I don't love that. Obviously, Venezuela will not accept annexation, which is a shame, because I would love to annex Venezuela. But of course, the nature of politics being what it is, I cannot simply ask them to lie down and accept the loss of their independence. A fact which should shock no one. Alright. We're about a year away from getting this Panama survey done, so I'm feeling pretty confident overall. Cash reserves are doing better and better. And we'll use the excess bureaucracy when the time comes to incorporate more territories. We are still in the process of incorporating a lot of the territory we took from Colombia. Pastaza is, of course, still in the process of incorporating. All these other territories are looking good. We're getting to the point where we could force Argentina into becoming a protectorate. They have gotten quite a bit of their colonization done. We have the ability to. And here's the Panama survey completed. So, Panama Isthmus survey. Our survey of the Panama Isthmus is complete. We've confirmed that it would be possible to construct a canal linking the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. A faster route between the Atlantic and Pacific has long been sought, but now we shall make it ourselves. We will build the canal. So, let's go ahead and get this canal. See, this is incredible. Am I going to have to take this from the United States? I did not... I may need to command console this, because this is just unbelievable. This whole... I finagled all of this. And Colombia was my puppet, and they just went and gave away land that is rightfully mine to the United States. My benefactor? Might be the appropriate word, might not be. Unclear. Secession. We have an Afro-Caribeño secession movement. Where? What states? Panama and Antioquia. Interesting. I didn't realize there was a huge Afro-Caribeño population here. Well, maybe that will break the treaty port, and then we can go ahead and be able to build the canal that we spent all that time surveilling for. Let's go ahead and increase law enforcement investment. And how much are we paying in welfare? Virtually nothing. I'm going to go ahead and bring welfare up to level 2 as well. I don't really need it, but it's useful. Austria is rivaling Prussia. Let's see how things go here. Just a minute. Oh, they're only increasing by 9% each go around. Well, that'll happen eventually. Well, this really puts a crimp in my plans, I must say. Alright. They've just got Panama. They don't have any battalions. I'm going to send the 4th Brazilian Army to take care of it and then not worry about it after that. Afro-Caribeño secession. We do have some countries that would be willing to join us. I'm not necessarily concerning myself with that, though. Psychiatry is unlocked. Oh, America's back to being cautious towards us. That's excellent, because relations are amicable. They are also no longer providing us with huge piles of cash. So it's only now Great Britain that's supplying our massive construction industry with its ridiculous piles of beautiful, beautiful gold. But I'm glad the United States is feeling better about things, at least. How do I get this back? Well, for one, I can't do immediately. Our interest has been deactivated, so I'm going to go ahead and declare an interest once again. That should come back as soon as this war's done. Oof, I feel really salty. I wanted to have a Brazilian Panama Canal, and now I'm not going to be able to have one. Or at least I'm going to need to do a lot of finagling, including fighting the United States, potentially, in order to have a thing that I feel as though I provisioned reasonably well for. Well, at least this isn't going to cause a problem. France is going after Dainam. What are you going there for? A treaty port in Mekong. Interesting. I'm still holding out hope, so I'm gonna leave the company slot empty for now until I can actually get that going. We're nearly at steel frame construction, so I think I'll basically let these. Perfect. I'll let these steel mills get built at this point. We are moving forward. We've got the whole state. Alright, beautiful. That was straightforward. This is, once again, basically something where I'm going to need to get them fully all the way down in war support to negative 100, but they're losing 12 a week, so that should be just fine. Cash is a little tight. Cash is a little tight right now. Oh, boy. We're having a red scare. Why is there a red scare? The Red Scare, the rise of the communist regime and the Mecklenburgian proletarian revolt, has spurred a sense of terror and mistrust across Brazilian society. Many fear that Brazil will be the next to fall to communism. Every newspaper on the stand bore a title more extreme than the last. Shrill newsboys hawked them on corners, sending competing claims of atrocity and terror across the streets. Assassins and madmen claim power in Mecklenburgian proletarian revolt, cried one of them. Recovered Red Bible reveals agenda of world revolutionists, shouts another. Amidst all of them marched 10,000 wide-open ears, soaking up each sensational word as they hurried along to their stations. It could happen here, weaker trade unions, happier upper stratum pops, or a panic would be wholly unwarranted, everybody mad. It could happen here. Red Revolution yellow headlines. Newspapers sympathetic to the interests of the industrialists have printed numerous stories about the revolutionary desires of communists in Brazil. The articles paint lurid pictures of strikes and planned terrorism. The Red Plague festers. Correspondents from across the world have reported the unnatural stirrings of a thought most foul, that man no longer be entitled to the sweat of his brow, that many hard-working Mecklenburgian proletarian revolt citizens no longer have natural rights to their property, and that their privacy be no more than a fleeting desire. This thought is communism, and it is coming for everyone in Brazil. I am a real Brazilian. This is what a Brazilian accent sounds like. Don't think about it too hard. Alright, we must get the situation under control. 2% of industrialists pops become more loyalist. Increase pop support for dedicated police force and militarized police force. Or we can have a panic on our hands, weaker and angrier industrialists. I'm going to go with the first one. We've already got dedicated police forces. I'm not too worried about that. Mecklenburg is probably going to be just fine with Prussia siding with the anti-communist faction. So I'm really not worried about it. It seems like it's going to take care of itself in pretty good order. So my hope is that this situation breaks the treaty port and causes this to just be a tiny bit of state splittage and not actually a treaty port. Which it very well could. Like, that has been known to happen in this game. And then we can build our freaking canal the way I wanted to. Oh. Hopefully, hope springs eternal for the jank of our times. 。 Alright, so these steel mills are properly getting built, and we're about 6 months away from steel frame buildings. So I'm feeling pretty confident in our abilities overall. I say I'm feeling pretty confident in our abilities overall a lot, but I can't help it. I'm leading a great country with great capabilities. The fundamentals of the economy are strong. To quote, really just every gosh darn American president, it seems like. I'm gonna... Ooh! Alliance with Great Britain, you say? Oh, man. Oh, they just unlocked multilateral alliances. They are kind of infamous. I'm gonna do it. But only because I might be about to go after the United States. Alright, so that's sorted. And can we build this canal? No, we cannot. This would be really ridiculous. English mass migration. Alright, that's nice. How do I... I can't do it because his relations are too good. After all this time, I really have to... This is... Oh. That's a shame. That's a real shame. The war-wounded journal entry closed because nobody got wounded in the war. The enemy didn't have any units. On the plus side, turmoil is down in Panama, although now I need to start incorporating the place again. Alright, much of Ecuador is back to being incorporated happily. So I'm feeling happy about that as well. 3 more months to steel frame buildings. It occurs to me that I actually am going to need a ton of glass to make this work as well. So we're going to go ahead and build a ton of glass. A ton of glass works. We're going to build just a bunch more in Bajo, Paraguay. Raising concerns. The rural folk have expressed their concerns about the government decisions clearly favoring the interests of the industrialists. Choosing is always hard, not because the decision is difficult to make, but because the consequences can be a bit inconvenient. Rumors are spreading like smoke from a factory, staining the clear air of Brazil with a dense and vicious poison. This needs to be addressed. We need to accept we cannot always please everyone. Rural folk are feeling pretty happy. Industrialists are pretty happy as well. I'm going to say this needs to be addressed. Keeping the rural folk happy is a very important thing. So we got a Red Scare going on. Hopefully once Mecklenburg is no longer doing a tiny communism, we'll be able to get whatever we want. Something to damage relations with the United States. I don't know. I'm going to see about this. Inefficient agriculture. This event again. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this serve our purposes. I'm going to keep getting that event as long as I've got the industrialists in the government. Gold reserves are... Max gold reserve keeps going up. That's actually really what's happening here. Is our max gold reserves keep going up, and our... you don't have the ability to... Ooh! Law enforcement maxed out. Wonderful. And Social Security's at level 2. So that's excellent. I don't need this additional government admin, but I do need to reset my production methods. Let's just take a look here. So this is just hardwood production, hardwood production, hardwood production. Yeah, we're going to make a lot of hardwood. We're Brazil. We're Brazil, we're making a lot of hardwood around here. That might not have been the right call. Tell you what, we're going to make some hardwood. I like having uniform production methods, okay? That's just my way. Where's the hardwood? Where's my hardwood? Yeah, it's all there. You know, that's all right. We'll build up the logging industry as we get going along here. Getting there, getting there. One more week. So after steel frame... Oh, actually, I need to figure out what I want to research after steel frame construction. After steel frame construction, it's got to be military. I need ironclads. That's for dang sure. And then... Then we're just going to knock out a bunch more military ones. And then we'll get to trenchworks, wargaming. We'll see. I might be able to get up to the 4s. I might need to do the naval ones first, but we'll see. Rivalry broken between Spain and the United States. Between the United States and Italy. Between Austria and the United States. Is the United States a minor power? Johnny, what happened? Oh, Anahawk. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, let's get steel frame construction going. Shabamzo. We are short on glass. That is not a shocker. Let's bring glass in from Britain. For the moment, while we build up our glass, I may have miscalculated the needs of the construction industry here significantly. Let's go ahead and reduce the size of our construction industry by a little bit. At least down to 24. But we are building construction capacity at an absolutely alarming rate at this point, so I'm feeling pretty alright. And we'll build a few more... we'll build another set of glassworks in... Let's build them in Rio de Janeiro. We got another rubber rush event. This place seems to be most effective. I'm always going to do that. And that should produce all the rubber that, all the glass that we could possibly need for our new production methods. Steel is still pretty expensive in the market. Obviously, glass we're getting a bunch from abroad, but that's going up as we continue to build those glassworks. Finances are still solid. I dropped back the size of the construction industry, and we are building still very, very fast. So I'm hoping that we can continue to build fast, and that's going to be productive for the country. All right. USA is once again a great power. It seems like they... Are they a major power? Maybe if I do a different diplomatic play and then I also grab the treaty port here, we'll be able to do what we want to do. And I can get Britain on my side, and that'll be nice, and we can all just be nice. What do they got? They're rivals with a bunch of people. They don't have many friends. I might be able to take them if I can get Britain in this. Improve relations with the Hudson Bay Company. I don't know. I think that may be worth its own entire episode, truthfully. Did they declare bankruptcy? Is that what happened? Yes. So it's never been a better time to go after the United States to try to bully them into giving me something. They do have slavery, which nobody likes. At least nobody in Europe. We're currently at landed voting going to census. Now, this whole thing seems a little nutty. Glass is getting good to go, but that's mostly due to the trade. Tell you what, I'll end this episode a little early, and next episode I'll take a run at grabbing Panama from the United States. They're not even building the Panama Canal. We got a Goldfields depleted event. The rich mineral deposits in Minas Gerais have been drained. Mines are being shuttered, and all the prospectors who moved in are beginning to drift away in search of the next big strike. Alluvial gold dried up, miners go home. River dried up due to miner activity. Shafts condemned as threat to life. Enter at own peril. Trespassers will be shot. Survivors will be shot again. I'm going to say unfortunate. They can have reduced migration traction. They'll just go to Rio de Janeiro instead. That does mean, paradoxically, that I can increase the number of gold mines. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Put those up at the top. That'll help out our finances. And our finances will really be sorted out once we've got a canal built in Panama. For the moment, though, that's going to be all for tonight. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun as well. And I will see you on the other side.